It's time for News Extra, brought to you by Gehring Civic Center. And here's Kevin Mooney.
Thank you, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. We've been talking about Harvest Night here for the last 24 hours, kind of letting you know what the lowdown is on it. So if you haven't heard, we thought we'd have Perry Mader here and Trinity Burgner from the Parks and Recreation area of Scottsbluff, have them tell us exactly what's going on. So anyway, if we have a drought, all we got to do is say, let's have a harvest night, and you guys will have rain, snow, whatever. Am I right, Perry?
Absolutely, yeah. Last couple of events we've had, we had the Easter egg hunt in the spring, same thing happened. And ironically, we moved the date back for harvest night to avoid this kind of issue, and yeah, so here we are.
Yep, all right. So you guys are going to delay it a little bit till Sunday evening, right?
Correct, yeah. Everything's going to be the same except for the date, basically. We're going to just bump it to Sunday, October 6th. The start date, 6 o'clock p.m. is still going to be the same. So, we appreciate being able to come on and get the word out because, again, it's kind of short notice, but, show must go on, I guess.
That's right. Okay, you got lots of volunteers, but if more people want to volunteer, they can still do that? If they want.
Absolutely, yeah. We lost a few because of the date shift, but we might gain a few back, but we could always use more. So if people are interested in helping us out, we would greatly appreciate it. They could call Trinity or I down at City Hall or stop by, and we'll get your name and number and get you plugged in somewhere out at the event.
All right. Why don't you go through about half of these, and we'll let Trinity go through some of them as well. Okay.
All right. If you've attended the event before, we really didn't change it up a whole lot. So some of the things that we're doing are the hay rack ride. We're going to do the s'mores by the fire pits. We're going to float the pumpkins out on the pond and light those up like we've done in the past years. We have corn bins out there for the kids to play in. We'll have bounce houses. And keep in mind, it's a free event. Last year we had some people question whether it was really free because they had to pay to get into the bounce houses. This year it is truly a free event with the exception of food and beverage items if they want to buy some hot chocolate or something like that. So everything is free.
Okay. So we'll let Trinity go over some of this other stuff. You've got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. The petting zoo will be back this year with a few new animals, some more animals than we had last year, so that's expanded. The glow wall, that's always a huge highlight, and we expanded that last year, so it's a lot bigger than it has been in the past. We are going to have a story time around the fire pit with Game and Parks. That's going to be new this year. Our Needle in a Haystack will be back, and for our short films this year, we'll be showing Tom and Jerry cartoons.
Tom and Jerry cartoons.
Yes.
Man, I haven't seen Tom and Jerry cartoon for a while. The cartoons are different these days than what they used to be,
Not as good.
Not as good.
Yeah,
Not as good. All right. So those are just some of the things that are going on. We'll talk more right after this. All right. You guys want to mention? I don't know. You got a lot of sponsors here.
Yeah, a lot of sponsors.
We need to probably
Might
talk
be
about
just
this.
kinda just touch on a few things
Yeah.
for the patron's sake.
Yeah.
Nebraska's premier multifunction facility for your next business meeting.
I had one of my friends is in a wheelchair, and we need to figure out how they wouldn't let her get on the
Yeah.
So we need to figure that out.
She helped them kind of point out how
I told her to call me and we'd get her around one way or another.
what we could do is give her own personal one if she wanted to.
We are back on News Extra. We're talking about the annual Harvest Night put on by the City of Scottsbluff Parks and Recreation Department. Going to have a lot of fun out at Riverside Park. It's been moved to Sunday evening now, 6 to 10 p.m. to avoid the storm that's coming in tomorrow. So don't forget, don't go out there tomorrow night when it's all snowy. Wait till Sunday evening when things are quite a bit better. We have, once again, Perry Mader and Trinity Burgner here, and we've gone through some of the events, some of the other things that people need to know before they go out there.
Right. One of the things we're going to do a little bit differently this year is we're not going to shuttle people from the parking lots down to the event. It really kind of created a little bit of a traffic issue, and it slowed down the hay rack rides because that's what we were using to shuttle people. So and unless there's some people with some special needs for us to utilize the shuttles. We're not going to do that this year. So we just ask people to just kind of be patient. When they get to the event, we may not have, depending on how many volunteers we have, we may not have parking attendants as well, which is not uncommon. Like when the zoo does their big events, there's nobody out there to park, and people just have to use a little common sense, be patient, just park, take your time. Hopefully there'll be enough parking. I know it fills up quick, so maybe coming a little earlier. Dress warm. It's still going to be chilly on Sunday night, so make sure you dress warm. Let's see, we did add a few more torches to the event, so it'll be lit up a little bit better than years past, and we are going to have one additional feature this year. We're not gonna let the cat out of the bag just yet, but it should be pretty cool.
One additional feature.
Yeah, and it's something that the city staff, the guys at the park shop, worked pretty hard on to get it put together, and it has to do with the ponds. I'll just throw that out. It has to do with something on the pond. So, and I do want to recognize our staff, Leanne and Trinity, and all the parks guys have just really worked really hard to get this thing. I mean, it's that way every year and every event, but this one is special to us. I mean, it's probably the highlight of what we do events-wise, and so I do want to recognize those guys and the volunteers, the people who have showed up year in, year out, the park and rec boards, and all of the sponsors that participate in this. And we do want to, we've thought about expanding it, maybe throughout the day and maybe another night, but for now, this is about all we can handle, especially with the weather. So I think it's just important to make sure that those people understand we really appreciate what they do.
I think it's a great deal that you guys have, and every year, and started it up about 6 years ago. So and it's gone well, and it gets bigger all the time. I mean, a lot of people show up. So
Yeah.
So I know the first year you were very surprised how many people showed up, and it just continues to grow. So
Yes.
that's good. All right, very good. So get out there on Sunday night, 6 to 10 p.m. out at Riverside Park. Appreciate it, Perry and Trinity, for coming in.
Thanks for having us
Yeah.
on.